What's going on, guys? So let's say you just have one of those long shifts where it feels like your job's trying to kill your body. Lower back's feeling sore, hips are aching, knees are sore, shoulders feeling all kinds of stiff. Well, I'm going to be going through 4 stretches today that in 5 minutes can have you feeling like a brand new man. The first stretch that we're going to be going through is one called the couch stretch. So as the name suggests, you're just going to need your couch at home for this one. This stretch here is going to be one that we use in stretch out a muscle group called the hip flexors. The hip flexors one goes from the hip to the knee, another one goes from the hip to the lower back as well. So when these get tight from us being sit down and compressed all day, they can cause a lot of lower back pain and discomfort. All we do is get ourselves on down onto all fours in front of the couch and then put one foot up on the back of the couch. Then from there, we come up onto the front leg, almost like we look like we're getting ready to propose towards someone. Now from here, all I'm going to try and do is squeeze that hip and push it forward and down in towards the floor. And I'm going to be feeling a nice big stretch going up the front of the thighs here. If the stretch isn't quite enough for you, you can just try and close that distance between your butt and your heel, and that's going to make it extreme and make it go right up the front of the leg. We're just going to hold on to this for 30 seconds on both legs. Now that we've stretched out the front of the hips, the next thing we want to do is stretch out the back of the hips, our glutes. And for this one, we're just going to need that couch again, or you can get yourself a wall. You're just going to need a solid surface to be able to put your feet on. So I'm just going to sit down about a foot in front of the couch, put both my feet flat against it, and then I'm going to lift one leg up and I'm going to cross that ankle over the opposite knee. From here, all I'm going to do is using my own strength, I'm going to push that knee outwards and try and lock that side of my hip down and towards the floor. I should be feeling a stretch here just in the outside part of my hip, and I'm going to hold on to this for 30 seconds. Once that 30 seconds are over, we're just going to stretch the glutes at a different angle. I'm going to grab hold of the back of the knee, and I'm going to try and pull the knee in towards the center of my chest whilst keeping that hip pinned down. So hands onto the back of the knee, pulling them towards the center of my chest, and trying to push my hip down towards that side there as well. And again, I'm just going to hold on to this for 30 seconds, repeating again on both sides. So now that we've stretched out the lower body, the next thing for us is going to be to stretch out the upper body. We're going to be trying to get these shoulder blades nice and loose again. First thing we're going to do is stretch out the shoulders and the pecs using a door frame pec stretch. Now, you're going to be using a door at home for this one. I'm just using railings inside the gym just because it's also got available right now, but the principle is going to be the same. All you're going to do is get your elbow, wedge it into a door frame at about shoulder height, right? Now, from here, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades back together, and I'm just going to try and turn away from this arm as much as I can do whilst driving pressure with that elbow into the frame. So I'm just pushing it in, and then I'm going to try and turn away just like that. I can already feel a big, big stretch going up the side of that pec there and across the front of the shoulder. Again, we're just going to hold on to this for 30 seconds on either side. Now that we've stretched out the front of our shoulders, the next thing we're going to be doing is stretching out the lats. The lats are the biggest muscle group inside the back, and if these things get a little bit tight over time, they can really restrict overhead movement with the arm, and they can give us all kind of shoulder pains if these things get a little bit stiff as well. So to loosen them up, all you're going to use again is your door frame at home. You would get your hands, get them right inside your door frame. You would take a big, big step back so that your arm feels like it's got loads of stretch going through it. And then from there, you would try and sit down into the hip that's on that side of the arm. So from stretching out my right arm, I'm going to try and sit my weight into my right hip as much as I can do. And now I'm getting a nice big stretch going all up the side of that back. Again, we just hold on to this for 30 seconds, repeating again on both sides. So there you go, guys. There's 4 stretches that's going to make you feel like a brand new man in 5 minutes. These are great stretches to do after you finish the long shift, but you could also do them every single day for just improved mobility and reducing pains. Enjoy.